The places that we typically find the biggest savings are your basements and your attics. Like I said, there's a lot of things that kind of go through we're looking for when we do these attics. And usually areas that we find a lot of leakage too is your exterior walls, because you know, you figure those top plates are also at the edge, and now you got soffit bedding, so that air's coming in, and the first place is it can come right down into there.
Yeah.
And then not only is that coming in your home, but that's actually now coming into wall cavities where your insulation is. Yeah. And that's going to degrade your wall insulation quicker. So another thing we usually check for, you know, I'm checking to make sure his bathroom exhaust fan is properly vented. A lot of times we find where people are venting them directly into your attic, which you really don't want to do, because, you know, if you're taking a shower and you're trying to get that moisture out of the home, well, what you're essentially going to end up doing then is putting all that moisture into the attic itself. And over time, I've seen where it has built up, and it can build up on the plywood and things like that and start rotting it and deteriorating it. So really, they should vent out either through a roof vent or through a sidewall vent, or worst case, come down and pop out as a soffit vent type thing. But you definitely want to get it out of the attic. So I'm checking his baffles. Where all these joists come down, that continuous soffit venting that it's showing you, right? What it's doing is those baffles are there. They can either be cardboard or styrofoam, things like that, and they're basically just adhere to the underside of the roof deck, so that when you blow insulation in, it doesn't fall in and clog those soffits, and it's going to allow the air to flow from the soffits past the insulation up into the space here, and you can see how this is cut back.
Oh, yeah.
This is your continuous ridge vent.
Yeah.
So this is going to allow that air to seep back out of there. And then he also has a gable vent over here. He actually has a gable vent fan. Now typically attic fans, whether they're gable fans or your roof fans, we typically recommend not really using them until you get a good air seal. The problem that we found is, you know, a lot of times those fans are so powerful. Yeah. And especially depending on the volume of the attic or the placement of it next to the hatch, you know, with it being this close, a lot of times when that kicks in, it can actually pull your air-conditioned air through the hatch up into the attic. Oh. And same thing for all these top plates. So, you know, usually the best thing is get your air sealing done, and then, you know, then at that point, when it does kick in, it's going to be pulling more of this air than your interior air. So not only is that going to lower your bills because you're not going to be putting as much of your conditioned air in here, but that's going to work more efficiently because now it's pulling the hot air that you want as opposed to pulling your interior air.